This is a Honda D15Z7 3-stage dual VTEC. And you know that because there's two VTEC solenoids and they have an EGR. And this one is a D15B, which means it's from Japan. All the other D15Bs, or excuse me, all the other D15Z7s, which is what this is classified as, are from Europe and I think maybe the Philippines. But it, supposedly, as far as I know, if it came from Japan, it's a D15B. And I think this may be a limited slip differential. I could be wrong about that. But this is going to go in an 88 HF CRX. And I have a lot of motor swaps. I also have, under there's an engine clip that is a 99 Civic Ferio. I don't really know how to pronounce it, F-E-R-I-O, which also has the same exact engine in it. And I'm going to use that clip back there as a reference point because it's completely intact. It has the wiring harness, everything, ABS, nothing's been taken off of it except for the body parts. But all the important parts are still there. Hydraulic clutch, so I'm going to have to do a hydraulic. I'm not going to do the linkage. I'm going to leave it hydraulic, so I'm going to change it out. I've got a 96 Civic that I may be using parts off of in order to facilitate this swap. And this video is just trying to document what's here. It took a couple of good gashes in the shipping. Some hangers are bent. I'm noticing this one here is just smashed all to you know what. I just noticed that these had been pulled out. I knew that one of these has been pulled out. I don't remember. I think it was here. I must have put it back in. I did. So that's still staying in. So the oxygen sensor, which is only one wire, surprisingly, it's kind of crimped there too. Hopefully I don't have to use another one. If I do, I've always got parts cards, and it's got the whole entire wiring harness. Came with the ECU as well. I have that upstairs. It is a P2J. I think that's right. Or is it PJ2? I don't know. I can't remember. 003 for the manual, which this obviously is a manual. There's gashes here. This was bent. You know, this is kind of bent. I cut this off for no reason. That is bent pretty good. So this was torn off. So this is nicked up. That's gashed. But all in all, this thing is in very good shape, and they did a spectacular job removing it. You know, the sensors are all here. Whether they work or not, it's a different story. But, you know, you usually get this guy here broken off. All the EGR solenoids, that's great. I don't even have to use mine off the HF. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Nice. Let's see here, we've got a TA with no numbers that's coming out of it. This is a number 10. This is... I wonder if that's been turned. I'm going to have to look at my car to see how that is. I don't even know what that goes to. You know what? That might go to the brake booster. Wires, number 16 comes up into the EGR. That's the hydraulic clutch. These are all hoses. And there's a lot more connections in the back. What the heck is all that? That's the main wiring harness. I hate that they did that on the back of these engines. They are so difficult to get to. Power steering. They torched these off. I gotta get the bitch pin out. That's gonna be, as soon as I get it off this pallet, that's gonna be the next job. Excuse me. Trying to look for any other connectors or anything else. They got a little bit of a block strengthener, whereas the D16Y8 comes out further. So does the D15Z7, I think, which I'm supposed to be getting a 95 Civic EX coupe, 5-speed manual. My grandfather's car, he bought it brand new, one owner, and there's another engine that's going to be going into that, and the D16Z6 in the future will get turboed, and probably put in the 91 Honda CRX HF. Right now I'm disconnecting whatever's attached to here. They have a looks like an incoming air sensor right there. I'm going to disconnect this so that I can hook this up, lift it up, and then put it on a dolly. I don't know what this goes to. This could go to the main. This probably goes, well, I don't know, because this is, I don't know. This obviously goes into the car, and this goes to the ECU. And it was definitely a right-hand drive, because this goes over to the left-hand side. But, well, that's it for now. I have a ton of parts over there for the clutch. I have a clutch, I have a flywheel, throwout bearing, all that stuff. I have spark plugs, I have all the gaskets, a belt, alternator belt. There won't be any power steering, but I'll leave the pump probably on, even though it's going to take up fuel mileage, but it's one less thing I got to store somewhere. And if I ever make it right-hand drive, I could get a power on, but not really necessary. And it takes away from horsepower on the engine anyway. That's an HF tranny, D15B6, 91. Energy suspensions, shocks are up there. They're going to go on the CRX. So, in the next month, there's going to be a lot of stuff needs to get done.